Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever noticed how our world is just loud? From the moment we wake up to the ping of our phones, to the constant chatter of social media, the news, the traffic outside our window, it's a non-stop barrage of noise. We're so used to it that the idea of true silence can feel a little unsettling, right? But what if I told you that in that quiet, in that stillness, lies a superpower that most of us are completely ignoring? A power that can boost your creativity, deepen your relationships, and even make you a more effective leader. Today, we're diving deep into the incredible and often misunderstood power of silence. Let's start with our brains. Think of your mind like a computer with way too many tabs open. Each notification, each conversation, each piece of information is another tab. After a while, the system slows down, it gets glitchy, and eventually, it might just crash. That feeling of being overwhelmed, mentally exhausted, or unable to focus, that's your brain running on fumes. Silence is like hitting the refresh button. When we disconnect from external noise, we activate what neuroscientists call the default mode network. This is your brain's creative playground. It's where you connect disparate ideas, have those aha moments, and solve problems that seemed impossible just an hour before. It's not about doing nothing. It's about giving your brain the space it needs to do its best work. Have you ever had a brilliant idea pop into your head while you were in the shower or on a quiet walk? That's not a coincidence. That's the default mode network firing up, free from the constant distraction of the outside world. But the power of silence isn't just about what's happening inside our own heads. It has a profound impact on how we connect with others. Think about the most meaningful conversations you've ever had. I bet they weren't the ones where everyone was talking over each other, desperate to get their point across. The most powerful conversations have pauses. They have moments of quiet reflection. When you consciously choose to be silent and truly listen to someone, you're sending a powerful message. What you are saying matters. You matter. You're not just waiting for your turn to speak. You're creating a space of trust and respect. This is a game changer in any relationship, whether it's with your partner, your friends, or your colleagues. Silence allows you to hear the unspoken. The hesitation in someone's voice, the emotion behind their words. It transforms a simple exchange of information into a genuine human connection. This brings me to a really fascinating area: leadership and negotiation. In a high-stakes meeting or a difficult conversation, our instinct is often to fill every gap with words. We think if we talk more, we'll be more persuasive, more in control. But often, the opposite is true. The person who is comfortable with silence holds the power. When you ask a question and then simply wait, it puts the onus on the other person to respond. They might reveal more than they intended, or they might think more deeply about their answer. This strategic silence isn't about being awkward or passive. It's a confident, assertive tool. It shows you're not afraid of the quiet. It gives you time to observe, to think, and to formulate a more thoughtful response, rather than just reacting emotionally. The next time you're in a negotiation, try it. Ask your question, and then just wait. Be comfortable in that pause. You might be surprised by how the dynamic shifts in your favor. So, how do we bring more of this powerful silence into our noisy lives? It can feel daunting, I know, but it doesn't mean you have to go on a 10-day silent retreat, although that can be amazing. You can start small. It could be as simple as not turning on the radio during your morning commute. Just drive in silence and let your thoughts wander. Or maybe it's dedicating 10 minutes each day to sit in a quiet room with no phone, no music, no distractions. Just you and your thoughts. You could try silent walks, where you intentionally leave your headphones at home and just pay attention to the sounds of nature or your own footsteps. At first, it might feel strange. Your brain, so used to constant stimulation, might scream at you with a long to-do list or random worries. That's normal. The goal isn't to have a perfectly empty mind. The goal is simply to create the space, to sit with the discomfort until it becomes comfort. Over time, you'll find yourself craving these pockets of peace. These small acts of reclaiming silence are like exercises for your mind. They build your mental resilience, your focus, and your self-awareness. You start to notice the patterns of your own thoughts. You become more attuned to your own feelings and intuition. In a world that constantly tells us to be louder, to do more, to hustle harder, choosing silence is a radical act of self-care. It's a declaration that you value your own inner peace and mental clarity above the noise. It's not about escaping the world, but about recharging, so you can engage with it more mindfully, more creatively, and more compassionately. The world will always be loud, but by intentionally carving out moments of quiet, we build an inner sanctuary that no amount of external noise can penetrate. So I challenge you. Over the next week, find one small way to invite more silence into your life. Maybe it's a silent breakfast, a tech-free hour before bed, or just a few minutes of quiet contemplation before you start your day. Pay attention to how it makes you feel. What do you notice? What ideas come to you? Silence isn't empty. It's full of answers. It's a source of strength, clarity, and connection that is available to all of us, anytime we choose to listen. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this has given you a new perspective on the quiet moments in your life. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content on living a more intentional life. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What's your favorite way to find silence? Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.